Hey, everybody, I'm Angela, and I help people in grief. And today I'm going to be talking about the, the way that we release emotion, because grief is a process that comes with a whole bunch of emotion, and it can be really, really strong. And there's just such a variety, and some of them can happen at all at once. And so having some tools in your toolkit to help you when you get to those places and spaces where you need some help is really good. And so I'm going to share some of those things with you. Now, you will hear me talk about Donna Eden a lot. Donna Eden is an energy healer. Don't let that scare you at all. She is a very practical energy healer. And basically, all she does is she has some very simple exercises that you can do to help you release energy. And, she talks about how energy needs to flow, right? And so if we're having some really strong emotions and we don't want to feel them, you can see how my body is clenching and we don't even know that we're doing it. And then there's becomes these blockages. And when we have these blockages, then we start to get physical pain that goes with that. And so you'll often hear people talk about, I can't breathe because, what we've done is we've kind of stopped the energy flow to our lungs, right? Or we might perhaps feel it in our stomach. I mean, I know that happened to me. I had a lot of digestive problems after Blaine died, a lot. and so releasing the energy is a very personal thing, but it's not as difficult as you think. And certainly I'll talk more about Donna Eden's exercises, and you can always look her up, but I'll do another video on that. But those are one way. Another way is to go for a walk. Go for a walk. Out in nature is preferable, but any kind of movement at all is going to be good for you. Massages are good for you. If you can just humming is an amazing thing. And you don't have to hum any particular tune or even make any particular noise. It's just hum. And what it does is it activates this vagus nerve, which is, you can see in behind in behind your ears here. If you put your fingers in there and you just massage, that vagus nerve is what controls the fight, flight, and freeze response. And so if we can release that, then that'll help release some of that energy and emotion that's tied up in our body. Writing is a fantastic way to do it. You don't have to be a writer. You can just take a pen or a crayon and you can just scribble on a page and it will help. Guaranteed. I've got videos of people who can show you how to do that. I mean, and you don't really have to be shown. You just pick a crayon and start coloring, right? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to draw anything. Just make lines on the page and you don't have to analyze it. It just is what it is. We do something called creative journaling to help with that. You can dance, paint, draw, do art, and you don't have to be an artist. I took up painting after my husband passed away because it just felt like something I could do and it felt good. And am I a great painter? No, but there's something calming or peaceful about just taking some paint and mindlessly putting it onto a page. But if that's not your thing, there's all kinds of other ones that can be helpful for you. So movement, being creative in some way, cooking even can get your mind focused and help you release. And just crying. Crying is probably one of the best. And if you can't seem to, get yourself into that space, because sometimes the body resists crying. There's lots of people who will say they just can't cry. Find some music, find a playlist for yourself. A lot of people talk about, particular songs that draw up emotion. If you've ever heard of Paul Luftnager, he's got some beautiful music. He's got a piece that's called Faith, and it's in an instrumental version that I listen to a lot. And there's just something about that music. Now, it's going to be different for everybody, right? But you listen to some music, you allow yourself to release. And you do that with a lot of love and compassion for yourself when you're doing that. It's like, it's the thought process is around allowing this to come out and this to move. And the intention is, that's what the intention is. It's not about analyzing it or judging it. It's just about allowing it to move again, because it's gotten stuck. And we really need to flow. We need to flow. And crying is okay. It's more than okay. It's cleansing. You maybe have heard that tears have actual chemicals in them, and especially the ones for grief, to alleviate pain. And so crying is really kind of a painkiller when you look at it that way. And so, it's important. And if you have a really good cry, you'll know what I'm talking about, because afterwards you often feel better, lighter. And so, and I mean, that's as long as you're not doing it and feeling bad about it, right? You got to feel good about the fact that you can allow this stuff out and that you deserve to feel better. And this is the way that we do this. And, you've been through some awful stuff, right? And sometimes we get mixed up, like we've been through some awful stuff. We are not awful people. We've just been through some awful things. And there's no judging that. It's just allowing that whatever is there to come up. Because remember what I said about the process of grief. It is there to help you heal. And so when those emotions come, when those thoughts come, we want to embrace those. And we want to look at those with love for ourselves and for, those around us. And that is the most important, I would say the most important thing about grieving that I can tell you is that we need to learn to release emotion. And that there are several ways to do that. There's probably even, well, I know that there's more. Drumming, playing a musical instrument, it goes on and on and on and on. So if you need more help with that, just let me know, because I have contacts. I'm a grief coach myself. There's lots of things that we can do to help you release your emotion. And if you need extra help, energy healing is a great way to do that. If you get an energy healer to help you release some of those really strong emotions, that can be really helpful too. So I'm sending you lots of love. Till the next video. Bye for now.